Hi YouTube family and friends, this is Sue from Hometown to Homestead Gal Gardener. A little update, my outdoor projects have been put on hold because Mr. Gardener got himself a hernia. So he's got to have surgery next week and then he will have some recovery time, and that's right around at the same time that his parents will be moving into their new house. So we're trying to figure out who's going to move them in. It'll be our sons and whoever else we can find to do that. But anyway, since my outside projects have been off on hold until I can get some extra hands to do some things that I don't have the strength to do. Not the will, but the strength. I'm going to work on some more inside projects. It's finally starting to cool down a little bit here. I think part of the cooling is due to the fires that are in California and the smoke coming over. It's really affecting a lot of the country's weather. And so yeah, I'm just going to put this little video together for you today. I am making cotton hand towels with a pattern that I've devised, and I'm using these little Yarn Bee sugar wheel cotton minis that obviously I got on reduced from Joann's. These are 1.76 ounces, 117 yards. They originally sell for $2.49. The color of this is Skip and Hop. I believe it was probably on reduction for being more of a summer color. Let's see, it's 100% cotton, machine washable, dryable. This is a 3 lightweight. Knitting needles are 4 millimeters, or size 6 in the US, 8 in the UK, or crochet hook is a 4.5, size 7 in the US, and size 7 in the UK. Now, my prototype that I made, I used an H8.5 hook. Let's see if it's going to focus. It doesn't want to focus. Okay. I used this hook. It's a little on the loose side. Now, what I made from, I started out by using this yarn. You can use any of your favorite kitchen cotton yarns, doesn't matter, any cotton yarn, just as long as your hook size is appropriate to your yarn. Now this is a washcloth that I made to start with. So that's one item out of the first skein of yarn. And then this is the hand towel. Looks a little droopy. And it has a hole in the center for a reason. As you put it on your bar, whether it be your bathroom bar or your kitchen bar, like your stove, handling your stove, and I'll insert a picture here. So you put it on your bar and then you poke, oops, it's doubling up on itself. Poke one end out through, just like that. So it's like a slip knot, sort of. Now, making these two items used almost 2 of these little skeins. I have this much left of one skein, and I'm going to set it aside because I'm going to start a new towel. So I'm going to turn the camera around and we'll get started with that. Okay, on the second towel, I'm going to go down a half size hook to a 4.5 millimeter and see how that does, because this cotton is on the thinner side. It's thinner than like the peaches and cream kitchen cotton. Now what you need to do to start with is either chain 26 and then come back and do 25 half double crochets, or you can chain 3 and do a half double crochet foundation row, which is what I'm going to do. It feels sturdier to me. Than just the chain row. And you insert in that loop there. And pull it through. It's a little slower for me than just chaining, but I like the feel of the construction better than the half double crochet, or the chain and then do the half double crochet. So I'm going to do 25 of these. And I'll meet you at the end of the row. Okay. 24. And 25. So I have a foundation row of 25 half double crochets. Then you chain 1, turn your work, excuse me, no, you don't chain 1 there, wrong row. This is how I like to do the first double crochet of a row. I like to pull it out a little bit, put my finger firmly on top there, twist around, insert my hook in the hole, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. It gives a nicer full look to the stitch. I learned that somewhere on YouTube. I don't remember where now. And then we're going to double crochet all the way across the row. I don't think it really matters too much whether you are a tight stitcher or a loose stitcher, because you're still going to get a towel out of this no matter how your stitches are. And I got to thinking about making these because I was over on Cinnamon Stitches on YouTube, and she was all excited about Premier Yarns having black crochet cotton, and so she was making some Halloween towels. I'd never thought about making a crocheted hand towel before, and then I got to thinking about, yeah, I would like to have something that doesn't fall on the floor, or that somebody doesn't wad up and throw someplace. My kitchen hand towels are constantly disappearing all over the kitchen, and I just want one in one spot to dry my hands at all times. Other towels can wander wherever they want, all over the kitchen, but I just want one to dry my hands on without having to hunt it down. And so I thought, how can I make a towel that I can just loop over the bar? I didn't want to mess with buttons or any of that, so I came up with this idea. And a slip over style is just fine with me. I've bought the kitchen towels. I don't make the kitchen towels, or the towel toppers on top of commercial towels. I have friends that make those, and I use those, and I like them very well. I was just trying to figure out a way I could use the cotton yarns that I have. And this is what I came up with. So we're coming up on the end of the double crochet row here. don't forget that last stitch, which is under this loop. That last stitch is always kind of fiddly on this first row. And that back loop wants to fight me. And it's harder to see because my hook is pink, working on some pink yarn here. There we go. Don't forget that last stitch. Okay, tail is out of the way. So here's our foundation row and our first row of double crochet. And finished. Now for the next row, we're going to chain one, turn the work, yarn over, insert hook at the top of that double crochet. We're going to be going into the holes under both strands. Yarn over and pull through all three. Yarn over, insert hook, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all three. That's the half double crochet in case you forgot. We're going to do that all the way across the row. I need to get some more yarn out here. Aren't these some funny scissors? Some old medical scissors that turned up in a surplus store. I'm going to do these half double crochets all the way across. The half double crochet is the first row of the repeat. No, the second row of the repeat. The first row of the repeat would be the row of double crochets. Because the foundation row doesn't count as part of the repeat. Let's after that turn, that was so easy to slide in there. Okay, so now on my original towel I made 14 of the 2 row repeats. You've got a row of double crochet and a row of half double crochet. So depending on how long you want your towel is how many rows you will do up to the center of the towel. And I'm going to make this one 12 repeats, I think. I'll take a look at it again when I get there. So from here, go ahead and do your repeats until your towel is as long as you want it to be, and I'll meet you back at the middle. Okay, here I am near the end of the two row repeat at the center of the towel, and I decided to go to all the way out to 14 sets of the 2 row repeat instead of 12. 12 just did not look long enough to me. So that's a personal choice. You can add or take away as you like, depending on how long you want your towel. Remember that you do want your towel to have enough length to be able to go around the handle that you're going, or the bar, the towel bar that you're going to be hanging it on. Now, the repeat is a row of double crochet and a row of half double crochet. For the center, we're going to chain one, turn our work. And we're going to half double crochet 7. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now we're going to chain 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're going to skip those 11 stitches in the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You should have 7 stitches left. Count the V's. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. My count is off. That's okay. As long as you get it even in 7 stitches on one side and 7 stitches on the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, did it right. Okay, so we're doing the 7 stitches here. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. You're going to turn your work, and you're going to work back the double crochet row. And this row is going to be a little fiddly because we have to put the double crochets into those chains. And for some reason I always find it to be slippery to do that. You're just double crocheting all the way across the row, even in the chains. And that will leave you your space in the middle that you loop your towel through itself. I just like the idea of a hand towel to dry my fingers off with, that's not going to hit the floor, that's not going to travel around the kitchen, specifically for drying off of one's hands, not the myriad of other things that they get used for, like wiping counters and stuff. That's just me. It's always frustrating to turn around from the sink after washing your hands and not finding a towel anywhere. You can use them in the kitchen, you can use them in the bathroom. They're fully washable. They dry your hands really well. So we go back to this direction. The 100% cotton just soaks the water up off your hands real quickly. I'm going to be making some sets of washcloths and hand towels and listing them in my Etsy store eventually. because I like them that well that I'm going to share it out into the world. Okay, so that's your first double crochet of your next set of 2-row repeats. Chain 1, turn your work, and start the half double crochet row again. And you do that until you have 14 more of the 2-row repeats, or whichever length you've decided on to make your towel. So I will see you at the bottom of this piece of fabric. Okay, so now I've finished my last 2-row repeat. For this side, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. The half double crochet creates this ridge in between the sets, so it makes it easier to see and count. So to finish this towel off, we are going to put 2 more half double crochets in the end stitch. We're going to start putting half double crochets all along the edge, all the way around to complete the towel. You're going to do 1 in the side of the double crochet roll, and then we're going to put 1 half double crochet in the side of the half double crochet row, and then for the rest of the double crochet rows we're going to put 2 half double crochets. And you just continue this all the way around. You'll get a rhythm to where to place your needle on the edge or your hook. There's my son, who's cooked with me in previous videos, getting himself some water. Living here in the Arizona desert, we do work really hard at keeping hydrated. Don't want anybody getting dehydration sickness. I hope you can see this okay. I think this is a good distance from the camera for you to see what it is I'm doing. That's that double crochet row. That's the top of it, and here's the side. I like using the half double crochets for this because it just gives it a little bit more body. There's no such thing as a quiet video around here. There's always somebody busy doing something. Now, like I said before, this towel can be used with any of your favorite crochet cottons. If it's a real thin one, you might think about doubling up to make a thicker thread with a little bit larger hook. It's totally up to you, and it's one of those projects where you make something with what you have.
I happen to have this on hand because I had picked it up on a closeout at Hobby Lobby. I love those closeout price reduced prices. On this one, I did this a little bit different because I added a different row in the center than I did on my prototype, dealing with the fact that I had the double crochet row and the half double crochet row, and then instead of going to double crochet row next, I did a half double crochet row with the chains in between, and so that flipped it a little bit. You'll also notice in the fabric that because of that one row, the difference, you have the ridge on this side but you don't on this side. It flips it to the opposite side. So you'll actually have, when you hang the towel, it will have ridges facing both sides, but the opening using the half double crochet row on both sides makes for a better opening. Let's see, I remember where I was at there. And of course my face itches when I'm in the middle of doing things. Get an itchy nose at the most inopportune times. Go figure. I hope you're enjoying this video. And if you are, I would love to have you come and be one of my subscribers if you're not already. I don't post a lot of videos all the time. I have some times when I just don't have the time to do much. So I'll go dark for a little while, but then I pick it back up again. But we're trying to do more around here as we're settling in more. We hit our 2-year mark on this property this summer, and learned that we can't veggie garden in the summertime because everything just burns out. Just fried everything we tried to grow. So I'm going to be putting some garden beds together here pretty soon, some raised garden beds with the help of my sons, since my husband is down with his hernia. You're going to love that. Extra work, Mom, yay! But they like to eat, so they'll help me grow it. Once I get the beds installed, it'll be me tending to them. It'll be easy growing. I've got my seeds already that I picked up from seedsnow.com and a few other various places that I picked up before, but I wanted to get some fresh. And I will have more cooking videos coming up. I keep watching everybody else's videos and getting inspired crochet-wise from so many people like Pamela's Adoring Crochet and Jennifer at Cinnamon Stitches and Crystal at Bag of Day Crochet. Those are some of my favorites. And here I am to a corner, and I'm going to put 3 half double crochets in the corner. And I'm just going to crochet over that original beginning tail. Just going to go right over the top of it. I don't even have to sew it in. I picked up that little bit that I had left. For some reason this towel is taking up more than a skein than I thought it would, so I picked up that little bit of skein that I had left from the previous towel and washcloth, and I've added that in, so that's what we're working off now. I might have to add in some more of my last one, in which case if I do, then I'm probably not going to have enough to make another towel, but I'll just make that last bit into some washcloths. There we go, got that tail covered up. Now I can pick the pace up a little bit, get across the bottom side here. If you're enjoying this video, please make sure you like the video so that I know that this is a good type of content to make. If I don't get the likes, then maybe I know I don't need to make that kind of video. Back to a corner. So again, I'm going to do 3 half double crochets on the corner. And I'll work my way back up the other side here. It's going to look a little different because it's the mirrored end. So I'm going to figure out where the hook goes. In the big section. There it is. In the slightly lower section. That hole in the big section, and then we're going to go see that's just one little single strand there. We're going to go above that single strand, and in that hole did you get your chores done, son?
Yep. Well, almost. I got other stuff I got to do.
Okay. Hard-working guy. Did I miss that one? No, it goes here. Between people moving around and doing things and the jets from Luke Air Force Base, there is not a whole lot of quiet here except in the middle of the night. And they've been building so many houses that even the nighttime is getting busier as more families are moving in. Sadly, we're losing a lot of our agriculture land around here to home builders. I don't know where they expect all the food for the country to come from if they keep building houses over prime agricultural land. It's really frustrating to watch. And this area is not what we thought we bought. But we are here, and so this is where God put us, and we are going to make the best of it. Until other opportunities arise for my husband for work, this is where we're at. Because he's not a farmer, he needs to work a day job. This is strictly hobby farming and supplementing our household. But I like to do it. I like to do it. Looking forward to getting some more orders of things coming in here. A little warm out there?
A bit.
there it went. I'm still working down that side. This is 2 stitches for the double crochet and 1 stitch for the half double crochet. I might speed this part up. I'm so close to finishing. Where'd it go? Where's it go? You go there. Looks a little different on the flip side. Oh, please hold out. I think I have just enough. Whew. I'm gonna sneeze too. Excuse me. Okay, folks, we're in the home stretch here. Home stretch, and we're gonna make it. Yay. Now we're back down to, let's see, I put 1 half double crochet in there, put 1 more half double crochet in there, my scissors, I'm gonna trim this off right there. Needle and pull that through. Thread the end on my needle. So the original stitch counted as the 1, 2, and 3 for the corner stitches. There's 3 stitches on every corner. And I'm going to sew this in. Everybody sews in a little differently, I'm sure. I kind of give it a little bit of a loop-de-loop going in different directions. It's not too shabby looking there. And then I like to just kind of run it under the edge stitching. Get a good length of it underneath those. As the label says, it's machine washable and dryable, so it's a good workhorse for the kitchen. Or the bathroom, wherever you want to use it. I think this cotton yarn dries a little faster than your standard towel You know, it takes the moisture off your hands faster, which I kind of like. This adventure has been I've done dish towels, but not, or not dish towels, but washcloths, but not dish towels. Trim that off, give it a little tug-a-roo, shape it. That's sticking up over here. That's just a piece of stray strand. And once again, you're going to hang it on your towel bar. You flop it over your towel bar, like so. And pull the back piece out the hole over the front piece. And it hangs on your towel bar like so. You can kind of proof it out a little bit. Towel bar is a little different than a crochet hook. There's the finished towel. Now here's a comparison of the one that I made yesterday, the prototype with the larger hook, versus the one we made today. You can see that the holes are a little bit different in size. This one is a little tighter. The prototype is slightly longer. And we'll put one on top of the other. You can block this if you so choose. It's just cotton. They're pretty much the same width because the yarn is the same thickness. It's really hard to see any kind of difference between the two. And cotton yarn pulls a little bit. But there you have it. That's the crocheted cotton loop through, no fall on the floor hand towel and matching washcloth. So this has been a fun little test of this Yarn Bee Sugar Wheel Cotton minis, skip and hop. And if you liked this